computer. Great. Who's coming in? Who's coming in? Oh, Catherine Askenazi or Catherine Markarian and somebody named Steve. Let's see who that is. Hello, hello. Hi, Denise. I didn't say hello to you before, but I there. Oh, I think I know who this is. I'm just going to keep ringing the doorbell. The doorbell is ringing constantly. People are joining us.
Hey, Ed.
Great.
I haven't seen you in 100 years.
Eva?
Hi. This is unbelievable.
So glad to see you.
Who's in Hawaii there? Monica.
Oh, I'm not really in Hawaii.
I know.
Where I want to be, you know. I'll be
I was on the last call.
Week, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. You guys are just amazing to be doing this. That's great.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
There we
you.
go.
I've been hidden out in the Pacific Northwest here, so away from everything. But so nice to see you.
At least we're in the same country. It doesn't make it too hard. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We did have a couple of our European friends join us. Uh-oh. What happened here? Who's
Catherine?
Hi, Carol. Oh, sorry, Karen. Okay. You look just like someone I connected with also from high school that looks like you.
Me?
Not Monica, right?
Monica?
Okay. No. I mean, Carol Lee.
No.
That would be too obvious, right? Okay. I think we got everybody. Nobody's waiting in the waiting room.
Yeah, I didn't make the last few calls, so I was like, I got to remember today.
I talked to Ross Heisman. I guess he won't be able to make it today, but
he's not? Okay.
It was so nice talking to him anyway.
Yeah. Rich N. What's your last name, Rich?
New Earth.
Ah, of course, yes.
Rich.
Eva.
Hi.
Hi.
When was last? I saw you a couple of years ago, not since.
Yes.
How
Been
are
good.
you?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, very nice. We're actually going up to Whistler this weekend. There's a wedding going on, so we'll be up there. Oh my goodness, this is great.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I'm reporting from IBM in beautiful California.
Tom Zimmerman?
That's me, one and the same.
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
I'm good. Wow, all these faces, I have to translate it to 50 years
You
ago.
have the old picture and the new picture, right?
That would be great.
It's hard to believe 50 years. I mean, sometimes I shake my head, 50 years.
That
Today
is
is my son's 20th.
Long.
He told me that this morning. He said, today's my 20th high school graduation.
Who said that?
My son said it today. He said, today, 20 years ago, I graduated high school.
Oh my God. See, I don't have children, so I did not age.
There you go.
You know, we look at you. You didn't age.
Honestly, that's
No
the
point of
secret.
reference. Yeah, no
One
point
with
of
children
reference.
with gray hair.
I was looking at our yearbook a couple of days ago, and my son happened to see a picture of me, and he's like, "Wow, you had hair."
No kidding.
Oh, we all did, Mitch.
I see Howard's iPad, and we lost him. What happened here? I think he just disconnected himself. And Steve Barron, we'd love to see your smiling face. And
yeah, the video says it's working, but it's not. I'm gonna sign out and sign back in.
I wonder if there's something I can do on my end. Is there anything I can do? No, probably not. All right, well, we'll get you when you get back.
Okay.
Well, this is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 6, 16. Okay,
Oh,
we're up
Alice
to
is
almost
asking
20.
everybody to rename.
Eva, what was your maiden name? Was it Gosiar?
Gosiar, yeah. Gociar. Yeah.
That's what I thought. In a lot of classes together.
I remember you, Eva.
Let's see.
Hello.
Hi.
So where are you located?
San Jose, California, about 60 miles of San Francisco.
So you're across the
Did
country.
you say
also.
Eva Gossier?
Yes,
OCR.
OCR, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember me? I was in your class, George
Yes,
Scoriano.
yes.
Oh, wow. Wow, my God.
Eva, were you the
You are
salutatorian?
so smart.
Right. No, I think who was salutatorian? Larry Byer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
my
who-
downstairs neighbor was Ross Heisman, the valedictorian.
Yeah.
And my claim to fame was I beat him once in chess.
Wasn't Helene Mashioff the valedictorian? Or am I
Yeah,
wrong?
Helene was.
That's what I thought.
Well,
But
I
you know, she
remember
changed her
Larry
name.
started his speech with a now for something completely different from Monty Python. That I remember.
You guys talking about?
I
Hey,
don't
Al.
remember any of these
Alan
teachers.
Crystal's there.
Yeah, it's me.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hello.
Good.
Hi.
We're here.
And it
That we're
just
Not at a
breathing.
Met game today?
Michael Franco is back again. I guess
Not today.
my doorbell is ringing constantly. Somebody's constantly popping in.
Hold on one sec.
I love it.
So
Oh, yeah,
what's
but-
everybody, Richard, what are you up to? You're retired now, right?
Totally.
Totally.
You
It's
know
the
what?
smile.
Let's start the official part of the meeting because I feel like we're just gonna chit chat
Yeah.
forever. I do want to just say two minutes of information. So you probably know that we have our reunion booked for May 17th, 2025. It's a Saturday afternoon from like 1 to 5. It's at the New Hyde Park Inn right near here in town. We don't have hotels to recommend yet. If you're waiting on that, just give us a little time. I just want to, actually physically go and scope these places out as well. But we got time for that. And unless somebody's, desperate needs to make reservations and such. We sent out, and you probably all got, hopefully you did, a invitation and also a fill in the blank form that it takes you to a Gmail link, and then you just fill in your information. So we have it in a spreadsheet. It's all confidential, of course. But it'll have your name. It'll have this waiting room. It's continually in. Okay. It'll have your name. We ask you a couple of questions about like what music you like and things like that from being an alum, and how many people you're bringing, if you're bringing anybody with you. And there's also information about how to pay for the event, which is $149 all in. I have 10 paid guests, which is not a lot at this stage of the game. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not a lot. So if you're planning on coming, please fill out the form and we'll send it out again because I want to make sure Ross has it. He's handling the distribution list. Because we have money to pay the venue at some point. I have to pay the venue.
Okay, that was going to be my question, Monica, because I mean, obviously you have to put deposits down.
I already put a deposit down. Yeah. Out of my
Okay, so I mean, do you have to put any more money down before the event?
Absolutely. By October 1st, I have to put down $2,500.
All right, so okay, the
20
reason I
people.
asked, all right, so I'll give you my money before then, so this way you have it, and you might want to encourage people to do it because you don't want to have to track down people for money.
Yeah, and I can't be
Yeah, if you
letting
give us a
people,
date, like you need the money by this date, not that people wait till like, February. So you
Okay,
need it by a
well,
certain date.
I mean, sooner is better. Why don't,
I'll get it to you.
whatever you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it to you this
On
week,
the
yeah.
invitation, there's like a Venmo, a Zelly, you can mail me a check, whatever's convenient. And I don't think we'll have a problem. Oh, one more person popping in.
Monica, can I interject?
Sure.
So, this is Karen Altman Waslow. I'm the one who created the form in Google Forms. So basically, when you fill out the data, it's going to populate a spreadsheet for us, and we're going to use that spreadsheet for a lot of different reasons. Number one, we'll have name tags for ourselves and for our guests. We're going to, like Monica mentioned, we're going to ask you your favorite music, your favorite class, and we'll kind of incorporate that into some stuff at the reunion. Maybe we'll make a board. We'll have the DJ play these songs from the 70s, things like that. But it also gives us a chance to say, who signed up and who has paid already. So Monica and I are coordinating that. I've got the general spreadsheet. Monica's got the payments. She's, adding that into the master spreadsheet. So I have about 15, 16 people who actually signed up on the form, but I'm going to say the majority of them have not paid. And most of the people I see on the screen right now have not filled out the form and, expressed interest, even though I know we've seen at least half of you over and over and over again on these Zoom calls. So even if you just fill out the form, I mean, we're not going to, strangle you if you don't show up at the reunion and don't make your payment, but we want to get the information into the system so we can, continue to use it as a database for all the other events that are going on. Is that fair? So
Okay.
Very
Monica
fair.
needs the money, but I would like the data.
Just to refresh it, you said by October 31st?
October 1st, I have to give.
Oh,
out
October 1st, okay.
$100. And then I have to, and we've committed to 100 attendees, which I don't see why we can't get 100 people. Hi, Susan.
No,
We
how are
should,
you?
we have a class of
Now I can see
about
you.
1,000 people, so we should be able to get 100 people to show up for the event. And, spouses are definitely welcome. Friends are definitely welcome, whatever you're comfortable with. Somebody actually asked if they could bring their wife. I'm like, of course you can bring your wife. Why not? If they want to meet us, Karen's husband's is very excited about meeting us again because we had a great time back in January.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of people said, "Hey, are you going to be there too?" Right, Karen? I think they really
Yes,
like meeting
very
him.
social. He's
Yeah.
a very
My-
social person.
My
Mhm.
sister may be coming. She graduated in 74, so
That's
she might be.
There you go.
Yeah, and we really want all of you to reach out to anyone and everyone that you have a connection to. We've done a lot on that. There's only so much we can do. It's been 25 years since the last reunion. We have the book, thanks to Jay Shagrin, who's on the call. It was a book created for the 2000 reunion, but it's 25 years old data, and I did a bunch of letters to anybody who's in the New York area that I could track down and see if they were still at that address, because I'm a realtor, so I have access to MLS things. But we only got 2 responses and they were unfortunately deceased. But we still want to include them in our notices and in our signage when we get there. I mean, there are people that, we were close with, so you might want to know that. And if someone's from a different class, we don't care if they're class of 74, 76, 72, whatever. If they know us, I mean, some of us have siblings who were in the same school, bring them, like Katie's sister. I know Ed had a brother. I'm sure everybody's got somebody or a cousin. You'd be surprised. It'll be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk in a couple of months. We're starting to figure out other activities that we might be able to do. Like one of the options might be a Met game, but of course, we don't have a schedule for 2025 yet. But if there's a local game at home, maybe we'll do something, on the Sunday or on the Friday night. Or we might just, we might be able to arrange a tour of the high school. That's a little complicated with security and kids and stuff, but we'll talk to them as we get closer. I think it'd be great to see them. Another thing about the price. So the price is all inclusive, the food, the DJ, a photographer, professional photographer, because while we love to take pictures, we never get to see them, right? We never share them. We don't have them anywhere. And I want to make sure everybody gets, recorded as having attended and have some fun with that. It'll be put up on a website where anybody could pull the pictures down. One of the things we're doing is if we have excess money, which would be a beautiful thing, and one person who's on the screen already donated extra money for a contribution to the school. If we can collect, if we have excess money or people want to make a contribution, we might do even a little 50-50 thing at the place, within reason. I don't want to talk about money too much, but if there's something we could donate to the school in the name of our class, I think that'd be really cool. So
Very, very good idea.
get closer as we, we'll figure that out as we get closer. Yeah.
Monica.
Yeah.
Hi, Lori Littman. Now,
Happy
Lori
birthday.
Brown. Oh, thank you.
Oh, happy birthday, Lori.
Thanks. It
We
was
should do a
couple of
monthly
days
Zoom
ago.
birthday call. Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm sorry I got in late, but 2 questions. How many people have RSVP'd, including spouses and all?
I have payment for 10 people. We've had 17 responses on the form that Karen was talking about, but I need to have $2,500, plus by October 1st to pay for the deposit, and we have a commitment of 100 for the venue. So we're going to pay it one way or the other. So I'd
Okay, so-
much rather pay it with a big crowd of people. The place holds
Right.
200, so we don't have a constraint on the space whatsoever.
I did invite a couple of people from
Okay.
the class behind us who had worked on senior show in construction and stuff like that. I don't know if they'll make it, but that would be fun.
If you have their information and you want to give it to Ross so we can keep them in the loop,
I
he
think,
can be master
I
of the
think
list.
I think I offered that to them, or I told them I would. Well, you know what? I'll reach back to them and let them know that they really need, like, if they do want to come, they need commitments before October.
Okay.
Commitments and money. The second thing I wanted to mention or ask is maybe on our Facebook group, you could make it clear that if anyone's going to be in the area and they're just not interested in the more expensive event, that we're going to have some just regular events during that weekend. And if they're around, if we have their information, or maybe it'll just be posted on the site, that they might still want to hold that weekend to do a Mets game with us or meet us at the park or something that's not costly, because I know we're not all in the
I
same.
understand, yeah. As
we
we
could-
get into the fall, first of all, like Newsday, the local newspaper, will only publish our reunion. They have a section in the paper, and they'll only publish our reunion 6 months in advance, which is, okay, I guess, otherwise you'd probably take up the whole newspaper. So we'll definitely get the word out to again and again and again. I think as soon as the fall comes, we'll know what the Met schedule is, and hopefully they'll tell us if they're around, and or if there's something else going on. We're open to suggestions, but I think that's
Okay.
a great idea. And the Facebook group is, maybe a little old-fashioned technology, but seems to be the place where most of us, it's a common denominator for most of us. But
Great.
not everybody's on social media, so
Yeah,
if you
right.
can
I'm
get a
I'm not
phone
on
call-
social media, so I didn't see
Yeah.
anybody there.
Who's
Okay.
that?
I'm
Eva.
not on social media. This is Eva. So
But now we have you, so, and we're
That's
happy
right.
to have you here. That's great.
does anybody know about Lynn Saltzman? Do you remember her?
Yeah.
I remember her. I don't know. I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
heard anything about her. I remember Lynn. She's a nice girl.
She was
Um,
very nice.
you
She's a lawyer, and that's all I now know. I tried to look her up, but I mean, Saltzman's not an uncommon name, so
Let me
it's not like
just ask
Gossior.
a question. I
Is
just
she,
want to know
does she practice in New York?
Well, she
Sorry.
did. I don't know now.
time out for
Okay.
a second. I want to know who Puka Muffin is.
Who come up?
That's Joanne.
It's Joanne. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I couldn't figure that out, and you're kind of a small screen here. Joanne, tell me your last name again.
Because that's a nickname. I don't know why that came up.
I know.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We were happy you're here.
What's
Uh-oh,
your
now
voice?
we lost value. Uh-oh.
No, I hear you. We hear you.
Hello?
I have a question about
We lost it.
there it goes. How the sign up? Where was the link to the sign up? Because I somehow didn't see it. I don't know what form it was sent.
Do we have your email address?
Should.
Okay, so Ross has it. Okay, I'll make a note. We're gonna
Oh,
just
if it
send
went
it
through
out again.
email, I might have missed. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know how it is.
I know, spam, everything else. But I'm gonna make a note to make sure we get it over to you.
And Monica, I think I did it, but I don't know if it went through. So would you let me know if I didn't do it? Lori.
But Ross would have sent it.
I can't do it on the screen now while we're here, but it came from Ross. And
Katie, was that you who just asked that question?
It was Lori.
No, that was Lori Lipman. I think
Lori
you're in both, to
Lipman.
tell you
She's
the
not
truth.
on my spreadsheet.
No?
I
Okay.
don't-
Oh, no, I have you. Lori Lipman Brown. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're bringing your husband Paul, right? Okay,
Right.
got it.
Okay, so it's
Great.
filled out. Okay.
I have to say, I did RSVP. I just haven't filled out the form yet. We had an unexpected expense, so I'm sort of like still squirreling away the money. And I figured let me get the money together before I fill out the form.
Okay.
There
Well,
a
you can
checkbox
fill out
on the form for on the
first.
fence?
On the fence. No, I did not put that in the form.
No, but
Dang.
you could fill out the form and not pay it, and we'll, this way we know you, at least you're interested, right? So this is
Yeah,
what we
just
like to
because the
do.
logistics are complicated.
All right, so I'll fill out the form, and like I said, when I got the money all squared away, it'll definitely be for October 1st.
Okay, good. So listen, no more, administrative stuff. Let's have some fun here. I can do this by calling on people, because then at least we'll make sure we get everybody. Does that make sense? Because you all have a different screen that I do. So why don't we start with Fred Gartner? He's in my top left screen. So Fred, talk to us.
Hello, everybody from sunny St. Lucie, Florida. How's
Is it
everybody
finally
doing?
sunny?
What's that?
Is it finally sunny?
It's beautiful here right now. It's gorgeous. It's about 87 degrees. I just came in the house because the dog wanted to. So Harper gets. Anyway, I'm semi-retired. I retired from teaching. I had been teaching for 17 years. That was my third career, and finally retired. And now I work at a golf course part-time. Gives me something to do. I play in a band. I play in an orchestra, and just keep busy. So, in fact,
I've
Monica.
seen him play. I've seen him play.
What's that?
I've seen you play.
Yeah, Monica has been to one of our events, and it was great seeing her. It was great catching up.
Yeah.
So I tried
Fred,
to.
you have anything on YouTube?
Yes, actually, you can see if you go to Indian River
You're breaking up.
Orchestra, Indian River Pops Orchestra. We actually have a lot of uploaded videos on there. I'm doing a section feature, a clarinet feature with my partner on clarinet candy. So you can see that video, but a whole bunch of other great stuff. So it's a small little community band. None of us are paid. We're all volunteers, but we really are pretty good. We're not, we're certainly not the Philharmonic, but we're a community orchestra. We're excellent. So
I loved it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Time and just want to sit through and watch some good music. You can see me.
May I suggest, if anyone has things that we could look at, like on YouTube and stuff, just put links in chat, and then we could see what everyone else is doing. That would be cool.
I'm going to go over to Ed Costa next.
How do we do that, Tom?
On the bottom of your screen, hopefully there's a list of there's menus. One says chat, like a little talking bubble. Click on it.
Oh, let's see.
Worst comes to worst, you put it on the Facebook page and link it to us that way.
What I will do is I will put it on the Facebook page. If anybody is interested, they can see it that way. Because I don't see I'm on a little small, cell. So.
Gotcha.
But I will do that. Thank you.
And Fred did join us when we did our little Floridian alumni gathering.
Yeah, that was
in
fun.
April. That was fun. That was really great. Betty and who else was there? Howie was there. Katie and I. Fred
Betty
and Barry Gilman. That was
and Betty was there.
And Betty was there too. She's at the Yankee game right now, so she
Okay,
priority straight.
We had 6 very, very eager people. A lot of fun.
Great. Ed Costa?
Yeah, hi everybody. Glad everybody could make it. I'm just hanging out here in Westchester County in Briarcliff, which is in Ossining. Been living here a while since I moved up from Queens. My parents have been gone for a while now, and looking forward to retiring. I'm just about a month away. Every time I say that, it keeps getting pushed out. keep getting these projects I'm working on. I work for Verizon in operations and technical operations, and I've been working there for 32 years. And every time I say I'm going to retire, they throw something in my lap, which prevents me from retiring. So I keep
Stop
pushing
telling
it
them
out.
you're retiring. Gotta learn to say no.
Yeah, but it's work that I enjoy, so it's something that, but I really would like to retire because there are so many things that I want to do. I could live 4 lifetimes and never get a chance to do really what I want to do. I want to get back into my music. I haven't been spending as much time on my music over the years as I was when I was younger, when I was in high school. That was my primary goal. I aspired to be a professional rock musician, or a classical musician, or some kind of performer of some kind in theater, or I would have liked to even be an actor, but something in the performing arts. But it turned out I went into technology because I had to pay the bills, So that's what I've been doing for 32 years. Well, actually, I've been doing it for 45 years. But not with Verizon. I was with Ericsson out of Stockholm. I lived in Asia for 10 years. I worked for Ericsson out of Stockholm in Sweden. So I've had a full life, and I'm grateful to be able to still have my health. Although, as everyone else is aging, I am aging, and along with that comes, typical routine medical and health issues that have to be totally you have to pay attention to your health. You have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, the retirement doesn't mean anything unless you take care of your health. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to take care of everything. I'm trying to be proactive, trying to going through the transition to Medicare, and all the rest of that is a nightmare. And well, it's not as much of a nightmare as it is. It takes some getting used to. But I'm fortunate to have, my retirement and my retirement medical plans and everything that, working for a Fortune 500 company for 32 years affords you the privilege of having. So I'm happy about that. So hopefully everything will be great, and I'll be able to do some traveling also.
Very good.
Awesome.
Good plan. Next, I see Laura. Laura,
what would you like to know?
Just, there's some new faces here that don't know where you are, what you do.
I'm in the middle of the country.
You are.
South Dakota.
Oh,
Is
South
that
Dakota.
Laura? Is that
Wait,
Laura
one of my
Atwood?
good friends is from South Dakota.
What
South
town?
Dakota.
She's from Mobridge.
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you live?
Watertown.
Okay.
It's the northeast corner, but South Dakota is a backwards Connecticut. It's basically a rectangle. There's a bite taken out of the eastern edge of South Dakota, and we are a bite down and a bite further in. How's that for a precision map?
You're far away from New York, that's for sure.
Far as I could get.
Did you get to North Dakota?
No, North Dakota and
South Dakota. How did you wind up in South Dakota?
Looking for a place to retire that did not tax you to death, that also did not require 24/7, 365 air conditioning. I can't stand heat and humidity. I have always despised summer. Give me winter, give me snow.
Wow.
So the first winter out here was the best in my life ever. And I lived through the blizzard of 77 in Buffalo, New York. That was the best one.
So yeah, we had that too in New York.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Buffalo, after I spent 9 years there, only had one decent winter, and that was 77.
Hi.
New York had a decent winter in 67.
And you're involved with music, if I remember right, Laura?
I've done music since I was too, really.
Rest of the world.
But
Maybe let's get some
professionally, you
tips.
could argue since I was 4, I was one
What
of
do you
those
play? What instrument?
piano and organ. My degree is piano. But I am a pianist and organist, a singer, a composer, and a teacher.
Yeah, we have a lot of musically inclined people in this group. I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people here probably don't restrict themselves to what I listen to. It is classical music or it is church music. You will never hear me playing rock. You'll never hear me playing any of the so-called modern stuff. I just don't like it. And I never did. And
you don't have to.
Right.
It's a beautiful
Maybe at the reunion.
Nope.
Well, you might hear it. You may not like it, but you might hear it. Yeah.
The previous reunion was so loud. You couldn't get them to turn it down so you could have a conversation.
That's okay.
You had-
I know the DJ. You know, he's gonna make it work for us. But I'll keep you in mind for that. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Laura. George, you're on my screen to the top right. So George Scodianos, take it away. You're new to us. And is George still there?
It's done.
George.
That was before you got up.
Okay. He may up. I think we may have lost him.
Yep.
All right, we'll jump back to him. John K.
John K.
You spell your name. You have to
I'm-
pronounce your name for us.
Conto Giannis. I was with Eva and Ross and all the I guess you call them today the science geeks. So anyway, I spent my career in Wall Street IT, and in 2008 I came down to Florida with my wife after she got a job here after graduating Columbia University's master's program in early childhood. She said, I don't want any more red brick or snow. So we came down in 2008 and we've been down here since. And at the end of, or rather somewhere through the midway of the pandemic, I retired myself and just sort of managing to try to keep an even pace with various health issues. Right now, everything seems to be okay. And that's where I'm at.
Where are you in Florida? We have a lot of Floridians on.
In Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, perfect. We did a reunion
So
in
I'm not-
Boca Raton back in April, so not too far.
Okay, I saw that Lynn Jalings, I think her name is in Boca. I was just going down the list. Eva, you remember Lynn? She was in our class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, reach out to anybody you can find and, have them join
Okay,
us, at least
no
on a
problem.
call, if nothing else. Yeah. Great. Well, I'm glad you joined us.
Thank you for connecting with me, Monica.
Terrific. My pleasure. Alice Silverberg, I think you're on mute. Oh, there you are. Great.
So I'm in Irvine, California. I retired at the very end of 2019, which turned out to be perfect timing given the pandemic. But I'm still doing mathematics. So I was a professor of mathematics at University of California at Irvine. I'm still living in campus house, doing research in mathematics. As my recent news is that my husband was in the hospital for 50 days. At the hospital, I broke my finger, the index finger and my dominant in a splint for a week. So I'm still traumatized by his hospital stay. Still no diagnosis for what he actually had. I've been in charge of all his medical care and recovery. So today we have physical therapists coming and nurses. And luckily he doesn't remember just about anything. from his hospital stay, but unfortunately I do, and I'm totally traumatized by it.
Oh.
If you have medical problem in Southern California, don't go to UCI Hospital. That's all I can say. But anyway, I'm recovering. It's beautiful in Southern California. Beautiful weather so far. We're hoping it's close. I'm hoping I can eventually go rowing and swimming. Went off my finger. The reunion, but it's so great to see people on Zoom, and I hope you'll continue the Zoom reunion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
See everyone.
We might have to move it to an earlier time slot so we can get the, out of the country alums to join us, but we'll keep doing it. Thank you.
I just real quick, I think I'm probably the only one on the call who's met Alice's husband. Would you just send him my regards? That's really rough. Oh.
Will, Lori. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Karen Altman Waslow is up next.
Hi, I live on the North Fork of Long Island. We love it out here. I retired from Stony Brook University 2 weeks after the pandemic hit. I'm sorry, am I interrupting somebody? No. Anyway, my kids live in California, so I spend a lot of time in San Diego and Carlsbad specifically. And I just had a second grandchild born, a little boy, in the middle of May, beginning of May. So life is good. Can't complain. Living the dream, living on the east end of Long Island and in California, for about a third of the year. So
Where in California?
Carlsbad, North County of San Diego. So,
Beautiful.
10 minutes from the beach.
Oh.
I can walk to my own private beach on the Peconic Bay here in Southold. So it's pretty good.
Oh, I love that cat.
This one is called Molly.
Number 2 of 9.
Oh.
Next up is Jay Shagrin, who has some news to share, I hope, with us.
Sorry, before we continue, do you mind,
Oh,
Alice,
sorry.
if I mention your blog?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really interesting, especially there are a lot of teachers here. Do you mind telling them about and posting a
You
link
have to
it?
speak a little louder too, Alice, because I can't hear you too well. Yeah.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
A little louder. Maybe it's your mic.
Yeah, I'm not sure where my microphone is or what it's doing, but maybe I'll put in the chat. The only problem with doing it is I'm always afraid that I'm going to say something about someone we went to high school with that I don't necessarily.
Well, that's the disclaimer. Read at your own caution.
Right.
First names only. Yeah.
So if anyone has feedback they want to send me, especially if you don't like it or you don't understand something. I'll put a link in the chat. Thanks, Tom. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's useful for people, especially I think of it in terms of people, but also how to make your workplace more friendly. And so I'm hoping that it's useful for people in a lot of different endeavors. So yeah, thanks for mentioning it, Tom. I wasn't sure whether or not to mention it because I always have to think, gee, did I say anything about anyone I went to school with? But people are going to recognize. Usually I
It's been 50 years. I think we can get over it.
If not, come to the reunion and exact your revenge. Yes.
Carrie.
Start your own blog.
Great.
Very fun.
So let's get back to Jay. Talk to us, Jay. You can't, or you don't have any mute? You can't figure it out. Okay. Can I tell them your news? I think he's saying yes. I'm going to assume that's a yes.
Thumbs up or down.
So if some of you may remember, months ago, Jay told us that he was in a search for a new kidney. And thank goodness he got one. When was it? The end of March, was it? Yes. So he's not socializing with any of us yet, but he will be socializing at some point soon. And look how healthy he looks, and he's got a big smile on his face, and life is good. So he hung in there. He waited. he reached out to a lot of people. He did a lot of advocating for himself and for other people who are in the same situation. And we're very happy. I'm sorry he can't say this for himself, but he'd probably be too embarrassed to say it. So I'm really happy to know he's good.
Yes.
He's
And
not
he'll come
too
to the
embarrassed.
reunion. Yes, he'll come to the reunion next year. You'll be in great shape by then. Yes. So congratulations. We're all happy about that. Yeah. All right, then I'm going to move to Wesley Moy. Hey, Wes.
Hi, Monica. Thanks so much for organizing this. This is so wonderful to see everyone. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was never successful in figuring out what I wanted to be when I grew up, so I decided really that I wasn't going to grow up. At the end of 2019, I sort of retired. I retired from the Department of Homeland Security. I was an intelligence officer there. Prior to that, I retired from the Army. I was an intelligence officer in the Army also, and had done things like I was an attaché in Southeast Asia at one of the embassies, and helped John Brennan start up the National Counterterrorism Center and stuff like that. That's kind of in the past now. After I retired, I wound up doing research and writing some bunch of articles, academic articles. Started off with, as COVID happened, doing things on helping the World Health Organization, fighting disinformation, and then kind of fell into that with other types of disinformation, including here domestically. And since then, it's transitioned into work on artificial intelligence. Like I said, I never figured out what I wanted to do. All of that's really been interfering with my main priorities right now, which are playing tennis as much as possible and traveling. You know, we've been to Europe, I guess, twice in the past year and a half. Done some cruises. Also, I teach one class a year for Johns Hopkins on Homeland Security Intelligence, which is what I retired as. So,
Oh, and Ross is a graduate of Johns Hopkins, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ross graduated from there. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Not in
excellent.
any kind of intelligence, but yeah.
That's kind of it. We're living down in outside of Sarasota in Florida. We had kind of bounced around. We're up in the Philadelphia area for about 3 years for COVID, really. Part of that, Northern Virginia. I spent some time living in Cambodia. We were in New Jersey for a long time. So I still haven't figured out what I want to be when I grow up. And I think the answer for me is I'm not going to grow up. So that kind of
Sounds
is where I'm at. So that's kind of me, Monica, and everyone.
And did you finish building your house now? Are you done?
Okay, so
'Cause it looks like you
we
got
built
a
a
house
house.
behind
We
you
built
there.
a house. Yes, we built a
Okay,
house.
good.
Moved in about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
But it's too far from our tennis club. So we're selling this house. We're going to move into the country club community where our tennis and golf club and all that kind of stuff is. Have a contract down there. We're trying to sell this place as we speak. So the answer is yes, we built a house. We find it's gorgeous. We really like it. It's just not in the right place for us. And, you know, in your business, Monica, you know that location is everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thankfully you're in a hot market and you'll be able to sell it, I'm sure, pretty quickly. So what township, what area of Florida are you in? I forget.
We'll be in Bradenton, which is just north of Sarasota.
Okay.
Well, and the other thing I wanted to mention is I want to thank Tommy Z for his thoughtful responses to stupid stuff on Facebook. A lot of times I can't engage there, but he just, to some of the things that I've seen, he just makes so much sense. I really appreciate it.
That's not surprising.
Well, you're quite welcome, and I'm looking forward to talking to you a lot. The Venn diagram has a lot of overlap.
Yes. Thanks, Monica.
Great to see you, Wesley. Mitchell Friedman.
Well, I retired from the New York City Department of Education in 2012. I'm living with my wife and my two grown kids in Howard Beach, New York, in Queens. Right now, I'm tutoring at the Huntington Learning Center. I'm also teaching a writing workshop through the United Federation of Teachers Retirees Programs. And I'm writing and self-publishing. I currently have a couple of books of poems on Amazon and iBooks. And
you post your poems once in a while on your Facebook page, if I remember.
yeah, according to my daughter, a little too often.
Never too often.
They're always critics, don't worry.
Yeah. No, she just feels that I'm not inspiring people to buy my books if I'm posting it, always posting it on Facebook. She's got a point, but truthfully, the self-publishing and getting them marketed on Amazon and such, that's more for bragging rights. I just prefer to share what I write. And I actually want to thank Tommy because you've made some very kind comments, and you actually got me reading the Stoics again.
Yeah, I love your poetry. So please, everyone, take a read. And it's really, you were so quiet. I didn't really talk to you in high school, so it's nice to rediscover you.
Yeah. Well, as far as that goes, we have a couple of guys in my synagogue that talk too much, and we always say, still what is it? Not still wood. Empty barrels make the most noise.
Oh.
So I try not to be an empty barrel.
And still waters run deep.
Yes. That's what the participants in my poetry class tell me.
So based on your writing, I'm curious to see what song you're going to put on your form when you do the registration form, like what band, what music, what songs, because that's kind of fun to see what people's best.
Truthfully, I'm trying to decide among The Who, Led Zeppelin, or Jethro Tull.
More is better. More is good. Yeah, no limit. Because I don't know if we'll be the ones singing. We might let the DJ do the actual music.
Right.
You never know, though. You never know. We might open it up.
You gotta sing, no matter what.
Well, trust me, like I told the guitar teacher when I was taking the guitar classes through the union, I can't sing. And in fact, she tried to prove to me that I could sing and ended up proving to herself that I can't.
Oh boy. Well, I have to interject. I did do karaoke last week for the first time. I have not sung in public since high school. And oh my God, you couldn't take the mic away from me after the first song. It was terrible. So I'm doing it again. July 18th. If anybody's in New York wants to go, there's a restaurant that has it. Message me. We'll connect. What the heck, right? All right.
So am I the only one here who knows the school song still?
We had a school song.
We had a school song.
Can
I didn't know we had one.
There to sing a bar of it.
I'll do better than that. Hang on a minute. We have to move.
I only remember the Castlewood song.
No.
The lyrics go, Van Buren High, our days with you shine softly and are
Softly
gone.
and are gone.
And in the sky,
While
your
in the
red and
sky,
blue,
your red and blue wave stately on and
Words like
on.
that.
The golden dreams you hold on high, set every heart aflame, while in the coming years to be, or something years to be, I don't remember the adjective, will always praise your name. Come on.
I remember some of the songs from Sing and all of the songs from Music Man.
And Music Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Miss
Laura,
Marion.
you have to record Laura playing and singing this song so we can play it at the reunion. Whether or not
That would be
she likes
great.
it or not, that would be so fun. I'm writing this down. To-do list. Oh my God, I didn't know we had an anthem. Karen, did you know this? Because I swear I did not know this. That'll be awesome. While you're looking for the music,
I'm not looking for
Oh,
any
you're not?
music.
Okay, just checking.
Piano covers stay open right now.
Denise Abdale. Denise, talk to us.
Let's see. I retired in 2019.
You might
before
have to
the
tell us your
pandemic hit.
maiden name.
I will
so
be
they know who
back.
you are.
Excuse me?
What's your maiden name so they know who you are?
It was Carbone. So I worked for the Board of Ed. First, I started out in the state schools. I was a teacher of the deaf. And then I became a speech therapist and I went to the city schools and I worked there for the rest of my career. And I retired in 2019 and now I write children's books. And my first book is coming out. Jacob Gets Organized, coming out in October. And I have my
Great. Yeah.
my publishing company all done. My Reading Nook press is done. So it's like things are happening pretty fast.
Wow. This is so exciting. Great. Anything else?
No, that's about
that's
it.
a lot. Yeah.
That's about it. No, I'm pretty busy.
I see that. I was just going to call on Eva, but did she step away?
No, hi. Yeah, I
coming
stepped back. I had a
Sorry.
hi there. Yeah, I left the East Coast and went to med school in LA. And there I met my husband and did a residency in ophthalmology. And then we tried to decide where we were going to go. And we compromised on Seattle because we went to Olympic National Park and it wasn't raining that day. So we decided it would be a nice place. And we've been here, I don't know, like 36 or something odd years. And I love it. And I also don't like the sun. I like the clouds. So I get that most of the year. And when it rains, I get very happy. And it's green. So it's been good. It's been very nice. I'm recently retired or semi-retired. And yeah, so we enjoy it here.
Terrific. See, America has a place for everyone.
For everybody,
whether
the
you like
snow, the sun. That's right.
Yeah. Great. Thanks, Eva. So nice to have you join us for the first time.
Yeah, well, thank you. Really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, and we'll do it some more. Yeah. All right. Next is Catherine Markarian.
Hi. First of all, I love that Tom Zimmerman is on the call because I know Tom from PS 188. And
You're
does
on
anyone?
222nd Street, I think.
I was on 214th. Yeah. Has anyone made contact with David Morse, who was also from PS 188?
Yeah,
I saw Dave last month.
Ah, okay. Okay.
He's still living in Queens. He's a teacher and he's living in Queens, not too far from Van Buren is.
He came to our reunion back in January. We did a little
he was
informal
there.
gathering. He was there, and it was really great to see people just showing up out of nowhere. It was awesome.
So I'm in Setauket, which is in Suffolk County.
Oh.
It's a short bicycle ride away from Stony Brook University Hospital, where I've spent most of my working life. I do research in pediatric gastroenterology. And when COVID started, I was deployed to a COVID research project. I have 2 adult daughters, 2 very small grandsons. Retirement is somewhere in the distant future because I do like my job. And maybe you remember, maybe you don't, but I was like one of the youngest people in the class. So everyone's kind of like 2 years ahead of me.
Oh.
So knock wood, I'm not experiencing any health issues like I hear about. So my work has a very liberal vacation policy, which allows me to travel to some really offbeat places. For example, Lake Baikal in Siberia.
Wow.
And Mount Sinai in the Sinai Peninsula. So I've climbed Mount Sinai.
Wow.
You lost your long braids, your 2 long braids.
Yeah, so the braids went, so if you remember the Son of Sam, I think that was 77.
Yeah.
So me and Christina Festel, we both had very long brown hair, and Son of Sam was targeting young women with long brown hair. But we vowed to ourselves that we would not cut our hair until after he was caught. So after he was caught, that's when we cut our hair because we didn't want to cut it just because some maniac was out there.
Good for you.
But we would sit at the Dunkin' Donuts at Hillside Avenue and Christina would be facing this way and I would be facing that way in the car to make sure that we did not get attacked.
Oh, God. Yeah. it was a
And
crazy
I'm thrilled
time.
to see everybody and I'm looking forward to the reunion. Oh, one other thing. I saw the Rolling Stones in 75 in June when we were graduating. I loved them then. I love them now. And I saw them last month.
Oh.
And AARP sponsored their tour.
That makes sense.
But they still have it.
Cool.
You know, when a rock group sponsors adult diapers, you're old.
Oh gosh. Well, thanks, Catherine. We're happy to have you on board, and you are right nearby, so we're gonna see you for sure. Yeah. Richie Newworth, talk to us.
Okay. I live in Vancouver, BC now. I've lived on the West Coast since 1980, so I've been here for a long time. I lived in San Francisco for over 25 years, I think, and was recruited for a job up here in 2007. God, it's a long time ago now. And basically, I spent my career in the arts and government. So I worked for the arts agency in San Francisco, then worked for the city's arts agency up here. I'll say this because it's mostly over, is that I finished my round of chemotherapy in March, which was quite an experience. I still have to do some maintenance, so I go in once every 3 months for a shot, but that's a lot better than sitting there for 2 days with an IV in your arm. So I'm very appreciative that that's over with.
All the best. Yeah.
What?
Hopefully you can make it to New York.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great. Do you have family with you, Rich? Are you married, family?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm single too, so you know. You'll have a dance partner, I promise. Tommy Zimmerman, the man that everybody wants to talk to.
Oh, I want to talk to
I
everyone
love
too.
it.
I'm so excited about this. I'm still in my mind is still in high school. I'm still doing what I did there, playing in the lab. So after college, I went back to New York, but went to mom's house in Queens, and I was looking for an apartment, and I found one in New York City. But I fell in love with the woman, and she was a ballet dancer, and she got into the Oakland Ballet. So I followed my heart to California and got a job at Atari in the heyday of the video game business. 2 years later, it blew up, and I did the Silicon Valley thing, started 2 companies, went back to MIT because it was a cool place to study. But it got really snowy on the East Coast, and I don't like snow. Sorry, ladies. I moved back to the sunshine. Then I joined IBM 28 years ago, and I love it. They let me do whatever I want. I'm a senior research scientist. And right now I'm studying plankton, fruit flies, and electric batteries for obscure reasons, just because it's amazing. I'll tell you about fruit flies. It's amazing. But anyway, my wife, hence the ring, she's from Borneo, Malaysia. So several of you mentioned Asia, so we should talk. So Borneo is the home of the orangutan. And so she speaks 6 languages. So I'm like learning Mandarin a little and Malay. And Ed and I had the pleasure of playing with Ed, and I want to share something with you. If I could share the screen, Monica.
Yeah, how do I let you do that?
I
have to make you a co-host, maybe?
No, I think there's if you don't know how, I can send you guys. Maybe I can just. I'll put the picture in chat if I can do that. Anyway, it's the Basement Blues from.
No, you got to enable. I'm sorry, Tom. You got to enable it, Monica. It's on the green thing on the bottom.
What am I looking for?
It says share screen. What you could do is if you click on share screen, I think you'll get something that says enable screen sharing.
I think she might have did
I
it.
think I got it.
Okay.
Oh my God! Look at this.
There's Ed right there on his Rode keyboard. And when I used to have long hair, playing the hollow acoustic, Rand Steiger on drums, Frank Ferrara shirtless he's a couple years younger, on a bass guitar, and that was in Rand's backyard. And Rand's, I guess I don't know if many of you know him. He went to with Brian Batchley to the arts high school. He's down in LA. He's now a classical composer. So Laura, if you like, you'd probably like talking with him. He composes for like New York Symphony and stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you all. And
It's awesome.
Monica, thanks for getting us all together.
My pleasure. It's a team effort, trust me. Great. And hopefully you'll make it to New York for the reunion. That would be great.
Big time. The form's sitting on my table waiting for a stamp, which is really archaic. So I got to find the stamp.
You can email it to us if you want. That works too. Great. Howard Kaufman. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I'm retired, fully retired in Florida and loving it. I'm in Boynton Beach. I take my days are filled with bicycling, swimming, fishing. In the evenings, I play cards. I do gardening. And I'm very happy and very blessed.
Yeah, we were glad to see you at the little gathering back in April.
I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, that was fun. No, life is good.
Yes, life is great.
Good. Glad to hear it. And hopefully you'll come back to New York. I know you don't want to come back to New York again because you're done with New York, but you come to the reunion.
I am coming for the reunion, and I told my kids I'll be in a year. So look for me then.
Cool. That's great. That's great. Well, we'll be here for you.
Okay.
Great. Alan Crystal, our local
Hi.
New Yorker. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good seeing some faces I haven't seen in a long, long time. Some going back as far as 186. I live in East Northport, which is not that far from Setauket. I've lived here for 28 years. I'm married, Queens girl. She's a pharmacy tech. I am an attorney. I've been practiced for 41 years. I also do arbitration for the American Arbitration Association. We have a 27-year-old son who went to Johnson and Wales for culinary. He runs a kitchen in Millville. And if anybody follows me on Facebook, made a great lobster for me on Father's Day. And life is good. And it's wonderful seeing everybody again.
Great. Thanks, Alan. Michael Del Franco.
Hello, everybody. So, my first memory of music, I want to get into music first. So you got Karen, I got Monica and Ed Costa. We did something in junior high school. I remember you were doing Carole King music, and that was the first time I ever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jill
So
Sanford. Yeah.
I remember Ed did a great job. He was like our music director, and I had just been playing guitar for about a year, so it was like, I didn't know what I was doing, but it was okay. But my very first time I performed in front of an audience was some time at the end of the play, and our music teacher asked me to do something, and I did something solo in front of the auditorium. I was nervous as hell, but that was my first performance. Anyway, but it's a fond memory of all you folks from that. I've been working for JP Morgan Chase as a mainframe software architect for 45 years. I graduated Queensborough with an associate's, in DP, data processing. And then I got into music when I was almost 50. I got into some oldies groups, and I posted a YouTube link to, we managed to get a performance on Fox and Friends in July of 2009, and we were in and out of all the commercial breaks. So I edited it down to just our on-air points. It's a few minutes long. Over the years, I actually got to open for some of the main headlining groups that did oldies and doo-wop, like the Tokens, Dimensions, Fashions, Larry Chance and the Earls. I've actually was in an a cappella group that backed Larry Chance up for 2 shows, doing his songs. Just like a lot of bucket list stuff, music-wise, a lot of fun. I'm married. I've got 2 kids from my wife and my stepchildren. I've got 3 grandchildren. as old as 19 and as young as 5. So, and things are good. And I am a cancer survivor from 40 years ago. So, uh, Rich, hanging in, man. It's great when you get the good news, and I'm hoping that you have the outcome I had. It was nothing more euphoric than hearing, a good outcome on that. So, life's great. Good seeing everybody again. Looking forward to seeing you guys in New York.
So Michael, you came to the reunion last September that class of
Right.
78 had? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's funny. I knew most of those folks. Is like I was in bands with Marshall Lapidus. I was in bands with Chris Kojay, right? But like all around that time when you're a teenager and young, maybe as late as I was 20 at the latest. But I knew all those folks. I spent more time with them than the folks that were in our age group. Like they were a little younger than us. But
Yeah, I was very surprised to see you there. I had no
that was
idea
cool.
what to expect. That was fun. Yeah.
And then actually the day after I came back into New York, the day after that, get together, go out to dinner with Chris and some of the guys from the old band I used to be in with him, and we had a nice little reunion with that. So it was a nice weekend for me.
Yeah.
Keeping up with
I
everybody.
remember Jordan Gottlieb was there too, and he lives in Kansas, so he worked his business trip around that. It was like total surprise to see him. So hopefully he'll make it to ours as well. Spread the word. That would be great. Good.
Cool.
And, yeah, I worked at the bank, the same company as Michael. I think
That's right.
somewhere along those years we did connect somewhere,
Yes,
30
a
years
couple
ago.
times.
Yeah.
I know. Charlie D. Felice reached out to me. He's not with us anymore, but he took me out for my birthday a couple of years ago.
I love Charlie. Yep.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. I think he played Karen. He played your band, right? Your wedding. Do you remember that?
That was 40 years ago. I do not remember the name of the band.
Remember getting married.
I know Charlie and John Cantella.
Yes,
and all
I
those guys.
remembered it was 40 years ago, that much.
There you go.
That's what it is for.
We're just going to take those zeros off. Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Steve Barron, you're up.
Oh, unmuted. Hi, everybody. Great seeing everybody.
You're not calling my name. I was like the third person on the list. So.
What's that?
Oh, that was remember George. You called George, but he had dropped off. He
dropped off. He's back again.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'm
okay.
going to get through everybody. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, sorry I missed the 25th reunion, but I'll be there for the 50th.
Great.
I moved up to Rochester right after high school. Met my wife up here in college and stayed in Rochester. And then 3 years ago, I'm still working. No plans on retiring. I work for the local in IT and the local Blue Cross Blue Shield affiliate. And 3 years ago, we became remote workers. So I moved to Syracuse, where my daughter had moved a year or two before that. And now I live across the street from her and 3 grandkids.
Oh, that's
so
lovely.
8, 6, and 4. My other daughter's in Rochester, so everybody's close by. I don't get to travel to California to see them or anything like that. It's sunny here for a change. And
Steve, you lived on Hillside Avenue?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In my Aunt Charlie's court.
Yep, I remember. Hi.
Hello.
Yep. So yeah, it's still, again, great seeing all the faces. And I'm just excited to just permanent grandparent duty. They're often half days and babysitters off on Friday. So take the day off and watch the youngest, and the next week watch all of them until my daughter's a teacher, so she doesn't get off till next Thursday. So I'm on a week of grandparent duty.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. We have a couple of grandparents on the list, so yes. Well, hopefully we'll see you down here in Long Island. Yeah.
Yep. And for hobbies, my wife has some health issues, so she can't garden as much as she used to. So I've been helping out, and I learned the difference between a weed and a flower the other day because I dug up the flower.
You have to teach me because I do the same thing to my own dog. Yes.
Steve has a claim to fame that he does not know about.
What's that?
I sat in front of you in biology class with Bertha Ryder.
Okay. I remember being in classes with you, but I don't remember you sitting in front of me.
Well, I was in front of you, I think, by 2 seats.
Okay.
Anywho, I passed pickled earthworms. You turned a lovely shade of green. I have never seen another human being actually look green. But remember how in the double period we always ate lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't that day.
Okay. I don't remember that.
You do, because you were a shade of the shirt you're wearing now.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Good thing there weren't any phones back then.
Good to say about
In bio class, there was one day where she was going to talk about sex, and so I was paying attention one day, and she said one sentence.
Yes.
What are you supposed to remember what she said?
I do.
Orange juice instead.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, I
Emily
can't believe we all remember that.
Wait, what did she
Emily
say?
Daniels
Say it
sat
again.
next
Hold
to
on.
me.
Hold on. Say it again. What was
Orange
it?
juice
One thing to
instead.
say about
If
sex.
you don't
Orange
want to
juice
conceive a child, take 2 glasses of orange juice instead. And Emily Daniels, sitting next to me, looked around with a vague expression and said, "Instead of what?" And that was the end of peace and quiet in the class.
Right. I remember that.
Oh, good.
Then I had to tell her because
and we
I really
remember
didn't
that.
know.
Okay, that's interesting. Take it away, Susan Abrams Torney.
Hello all. So listening to everyone's accomplishments, I feel woefully like an underachiever. And I couldn't carry a tune if you put it in a box. So there's my musical prowess. In New York, I was a late starter with a career because I stayed home with my children. And then I managed a dental practice, a multi practitioner, multi-specialty, multi-billion-dollar practice for a number of years. And then I moved to Florida, and now I'm in North Carolina. I have 4 grandchildren. The oldest one is about to turn 10. And then the next one is going to be 9, and 2 3-year-olds from each kid, not twins.
Where in North Carolina are you?
I am in Cary.
Oh. Yeah,
Which
for
is
a while we were looking for a place in Charlotte, but we did at one point look in Cary.
Yeah, I'm 15 minutes from Raleigh. I love Cary. It's super central. Loads of great restaurants. I live, like you get to a certain age and you realize the good neighborhood that has a Whole Foods and a Trader Joe's. So that's my story.
Now, the last time I saw Susan was in Florida because she had moved to Florida just about the time that I bought a place down there.
Yes.
And we had a couple of years when I got to see you in person, but not
Yes.
now. Yeah. Well, we'll see you.
I'm hoping to go in January, for a week or so.
To Florida?
And between the grandkids, the cat, and work, the logistics becomes complicated going anywhere.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I know some people dropped off who had to go somewhere, and I know Wesley had to leave, and I'm looking across. I see Judy Diorio is on. Hi, Judy.
Let me see if I can get. How's that? Can you hear me?
Oh, now we lost your video, but we can hear you. So that's
okay. Okay. So it's just so interesting to me to see some names on here that I don't remember going to high school with, but I'm on other Facebook groups with, like the New York City Retirees Organization.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Also people from out here in Suffolk County, because we ended up moving out to Mount Sinai. So it's just very interesting to see how many people are, as much as we were all together as kids, how much similar things we've all done, which is very interesting. So a lot of people ended up working for the city in one way or another, or it's just very interesting.
Great.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry?
I think I'll just unmute.
It's background noise.
Yeah, just a little background noise.
Okay. So anyway, I'm out here in Mount Sinai. I'm retired from the city of New York. And I'm enjoying being retired. I've been retired since 2012.
Wow.
And I can't believe I've been retired this long. I finally got my first Social Security check in December.
It's a milestone, yes.
It was so nice. You're gonna pay me to get old? That's a really nice thing to do. So other than that, I'm just enjoying every single day and trying to stay healthy. And we have a vegetable garden, and we have the kids and the this and the dogs. And so, it's just busy, but thank goodness we're all healthy and everything's all right. And if anybody has any questions about Medicare or Social Security, I've been working with AARP to make sure we protect it. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thanks, Judy.
Good to know.
Lori Lipman. No, I think you're on mute. Yeah.
Okay, so I took notes because there were a lot of things that led me to go, oh, so after high school in 1976, I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada to follow my family. My careers included law, which I did for 38 years less than Alan did. In other words, I practiced for about 3 years. Teaching. I was a Nevada State Senator for a while. Moved to Washington, D.C. to be a nonprofit lobbyist, and ended up in personnel security for an IT company somehow during one of the recessions. Been retired for 2.5 years, which gives my spouse and I a lot more time for bicycling, dancing, book clubs. Oh, by the way, Tom and Mitch, one of the book clubs that I am in is led by a Stoic philosophy book club. Someone mentioned Stoicism or something. I like writing. I was in community theater for a while and a lot. And now that we have more time, we're also doing like a long cruise every other year or something, which is pretty fun. But I don't want to take up too much time. I know it's getting late. And I did grab a cheat sheet. Look up old faces when I'm listening, like, where do I know Tom Z from? And then I realized, I joined folk club for like the last month of school. So that's where, but, we had 1,100 people in our graduating class. So, there were occasional overlaps, but glad to see a lot of faces I haven't seen in ages, Howie Kaufman, others. And I think I mentioned bicycling. He does too. So thanks. I'll see everyone at the reunion and probably on more of these.
Terrific.
Where are you physically now?
Oh, sorry. Now we're in Silver Spring, Maryland, in a 55 plus community called Leisure World. It's just as corny as it sounds, with the globe out in front. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's all good. I don't want to lose George Scordianos because we lost you earlier, and I don't think I've checked you off my list of, giving us a little update of what's going on in your life. I see you waving. Do you have volume or are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. So we didn't talk with you, so tell us what's going on in your world.
I love your background there.
I wish I were there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just bought a home in Punta Cana.
Oh.
And we lived there like 3 months a year and 6 months. I guess like moving to Florida, but my wife's from Dominican Republic, so 3 months there and 9 months here or whatever. Beautiful. Can't believe it. I'm living in Hicksville.
Where is here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I live in Hicksville right now.
Oh, you're right nearby. Okay.
Yeah, right nearby. So I'll be there at New Hyde Park Inn. And I'm retired. I play golf 3 times a week here and whenever I can over there in Punta Cana.
Sounds
and then pickleball, I try to keep up with my walk-in Eisenhower Park 4 times a week with my wife. And then I played in a band with Eddie Costner, Wes Moore, and Freddie Gardner. Love those guys. We were all in the band together. Jazz band. We played for the high school, concert and whatever. I took up piano now since I'm bored. And meanwhile, yeah, I'm doing good.
Sounds
What
great.
did you play in high school, and what did Wes play?
Excuse me?
What did you play in high school, and
I
what did
played
Wes
the
play?
alto sax. We played in a jazz band. Me, and it was Eddie Costner. Well, Wes Moy was more in the orchestra, and he played the clarinet. Freddie and Ricky Caruso was more of a he was a trumpet and whatever. Did you play in a band at all?
I played with Ed. I played rhythm guitar, and I'm still playing guitar. So maybe
Are
I'll
you
bring
really?
guitar with us. Yeah.
Got to get together. I still play a little alto sax, but I'm taking up the piano a little bit, which I took to Wesley a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. I know he's still into it, but got to keep busy, when you're retired.
Ed, I think you're like this common denominator of all these bands.
Yeah, I played in a band with Ed too, and we actually played the Valentine's Day dance in 1974 when we were juniors.
Yep.
Yep. That was great. That was
Yeah,
a
there's
good old
an actual
time.
photograph. There's an actual photograph of that, Rich, in the yearbook on
In the
page
yearbook.
83.
Yep.
On page 83 with Tom Zimmerman.
No, Tom wasn't in that band.
Not Tom Zimmerman, Tommy Fisher.
Tommy Fisher.
I got my Tom. Sorry about that, Tom. I got my Tom.
He was a great guitarist, Tommy Fisher.
It was amazing. He
He had a
probably
Les
still is,
Paul.
too.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Did you play in the band and the orchestra? I played in both the band and the orchestra. Who was the band? The band teacher was
Herb Straka.
Straka, and the orchestra was. I played in both.
I can see
senior year.
Wasn't
Who's got the
Berman, was
yearbook
it?
in front of them?
Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, where is Ross Heisman? I want to see him.
I'm surprised he's not here, but he is a working dentist.
Well,
so I
my
guess
claim
he's
to
busy.
fame is I beat him at chess. He's the valedictorian. He lived downstairs from me. We played
Not
on the
the-
stoop.
All right, that claim
Where
to
is
fame
Ross?
is expiring.
Ross.
Enough is enough.
He heard you here. He couldn't face
I
defeat,
love
so
Ross.
he copped out being.
He's a dentist. I mean, he far exceeded anything I ever did. But we loved each other. We used to play cards in the corn on the grass. We used to dig holes in the grass, in the dirt around our backyard, and also I loved him.
Well, we'll
That's
tell
right.
Ross that you send your love, and
Yeah, and I'll definitely be there.
he'll see this video, so I think he'll
What's
hear it.
the percentage of couples going as far as like single? I mean, I'm gonna go. My wife says she wants to go, but she says, well, how many of the couples are really going?
I don't have registrations yet for a lot of people, but I'm thinking, at least 3 or 4 that I know of are bringing their spouses. So, and I only have 10 registered. So,
Will you say
you're more than welcome to.
50%, 30%?
I won't know until you register. I will report back in the summertime. I want to do maybe one more Zoom call around, I don't know, early August or something like that. And then we'll take it, we'll see where we are from there. And definitely back in September, we'll be reiterating a lot of the plans and the invitation letters again in September, and definitely by October, because I need your moolah.
That's Monica.
Monica,
Sounds
you
good,
said-
Monica. You're doing a great job, I'll tell you.
You
I'm
said
trying
we
to
could
think
bring people from what? Cutting in. You said we
Thanks.
could bring people from other classes, right?
Absolutely. Anybody
'cause
who
I
wants
spoke-
to join us, more than welcome.
Ed, I spoke to Sean. He wants to come. Earth to Ed.
Yeah, that's great. I just got to take my mute off. Interestingly enough, my brother Chris was in the class of 74, and they just had their 50th this past Sunday.
Right.
Well, not this past Sunday, the Sunday
weeks ago.
before, because this past Sunday was Father's Day, right? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, that was interesting. I'm still trying to find out where they had it, but I heard it was a great
at the
success.
Plattridge. I heard it was at the, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Richard Becker, I don't think we actually heard from you, though you've been interjecting, which is good. And I also don't want to lose Joanne. And I think then that if anybody else
Hookah muffin.
missed. Yeah, that's
Hookah muffin.
that's Joanne. But Richie, why don't you tell us what's going on in your world?
Oh boy. I already did this, but if you really want to know
Yeah,
again.
you could do the Cliff Notes version, the Cliff Notes.
So, I after I graduated, I got involved in the automotive industry, and then I went to work for Volvo for a number of years. And unfortunately, I got sick. I'm going to make it quick. I got sick in 2003, had to retire very early. Spent a lot of years getting healthy, and always had music though for some reason in my life. And now I'm just actually working with some car dealerships here in Florida, doing some consulting on a part-time basis, and still playing music. But New York is still always going to be my home, and I understand you guys are hotter than we are today in Florida, which is amazing. But it's been pretty hot here already. But no, really looking forward to seeing everybody, and I really hope that we can all maybe play some music, those of us who did back then, and
That
it
would be
doesn't
great.
matter. Just have some fun. And I know, Monica, you offered up your home for us to do that a day before, but at the last
It'd be
Zoom.
more like a brunch afterwards, bagels and coffee on Sunday. But hey,
Unplugged.
I do have a 200 amp electric panel. We might be able to accommodate you.
We'll do the acoustic set.
I think I'm going to need Ed Costa to come and scope it out for me ahead of time and see if we can actually
would be
get some
nice if
music
we
going.
could do
That
that.
would be fun. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, no, my house is open. Whatever it is.
You're going to
do that.
sing, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I gotta go practice at the karaoke club. Joanne, she's up. Sorry, you're the last one, I think, but we've been waiting for you because we want to know the Pookie Muffin.
I don't know why people give me the oddest nicknames. I answer to anything. If you whistle like you're getting a dog, I'm going to answer to it. So, but first off, somebody used to tell Wesley Moy, I kept my promise in my yearbook. Wrote a wonderful person except on clarinet. Now, I should never have been a first clarinet, but I did go back to playing my accordion. So I am very happy with my accordion, and I'll never see another clarinet again. So you can tell me from my clarinet playing in band, jazz workshop, God help me. But right now, I'm trying to hide from the birds in my shop, and I can hear already. So, yeah, what you see in the background is a very old video store. I've had it for 29 years. And the bird's laughing at me. This is my life. But
tell us where you are. Tell us where you are, Joanne. Tell us where you are.
I am on Shelter Island, New York. And I'm another North Fork person, of course, because I'm closest person.
Girl is wasted.
But Shelter Island is a good place to, except we're getting too many of the rich people out here and they're pushing the rest of us out.
Well, not if you don't sell.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Gentrification everywhere.
Terrible that before I came out here, I groomed in the West Village for many years and did a lot of dogs that were in your print ad, fancy cat, all of that stuff that you would see on television. And crazy enough as it sounds, had to be on a television program with Betty Beth discussing toxoplasmosis and pregnancy. I've never been pregnant in my life. So I had to warn my mother that I was going to have to say, don't worry because I'm pregnant and I can get sick by cleaning my litter box. That did not go over well.
Oh, jeez.
So it's, when the AIDS epidemic hit down there, I lost so many close people, so many good customers, both of my bosses.
Oh, my.
And it was just too hard to stay down there after that. And the other part of it was so many of the men left their animals to me. Lots of cats, dogs.
Wow.
They would just show up at the store, and thank God my bosses understood. And they were like, all right, don't worry. We have enough room. We'll work with this. And they were the last ones to pass. And then after that, I was like, I got to get out of here. And I came to shelter. I escaped.
Well, it's a beautiful place
And
to
I
escape
own
to.
an
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is, except for the ticks.
The what?
And the ticks, the Lyme disease, and all that. But even though I know DVDs are like not the way of the world right now, this little store still keeps its head afloat. There's a lot of incense and candles and weird stuff in there would make sense for me. And they come down, pass out on the floor. There's plenty of pillows all over the place. We have game nights on Friday nights all through the winter, not so much in the summer. And that's the way it is.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks for being on. Did I miss anybody, or anybody want to jump in and say anything else new? Or it sounds like everybody's interested in coming. I love that. We're looking forward to seeing you here. It'll be great. Seems like
Laura,
I
got a question for Laura.
Sorry.
Laura, did you stay in touch with Mr. Delbaum after we graduated?
I went back to see him a year later. The little shit had shaven his beard. I am very, very poor at recognizing faces. He got away with, and he's not the first music teacher I ever had who pulled this on me, this kind of level of joke. But I stuck my head in the door and I looked around, and he was doing something on the other side of the room. And, oh, you must be looking for my brother with the beard.
Oh, gosh.
And I got sucked right in. And I turned around to walk out, and then he calls out, Laura!
Yeah, Laura played the piano for the chorus, and I can't believe it. I was in chorus every time I was in Van Buren. That still blows my mind. That's why I have such a great voice, But no, just kidding. But yeah,
the first thing he gave me to learn, he sent me home with the Messiah book.
Uh-huh.
And you remember that?
Yep.
Okay, that was the first one.
Wow.
So I had a day to learn that. Okay, big deal.
The whole day?
It's more than you need. Well, you don't memorize a book necessarily word for word, but you could certainly recite what happened in it.
True.
So it's the same thing with when you accompany. Or, for instance, when I play in church, I don't ever use accompaniment books for anything. I look at the melody and there it is, because I will harmonize it instantly in my head. Drives other organists nuts, and I enjoy doing that. You remember this? Sorry.
Music Man.
I was just listening to that the other day on my phone.
Great song.
That was our senior show.
Yeah,
Were many of our teachers transferred after the financial crisis that hit the city after we graduated?
Don't know.
Remember, the city had gone bankrupt at the time.
Oh, did anyone remember Arthur Diamond?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
he was
Also
teaching-
PS 188.
Yes, exactly. He used to teach English at Martin Van Buren.
No.
And also, Mitch, he's a published author too, nonfiction. He has a series of books on Amazon.
Cool.
Gotta look for him.
Yeah.
Arthur Diamond. I gotta look for that.
It's the Arthur Diamond.
Yep. Actually, when I'd had enough of Alfred E. Smith High School in the South Bronx, and I put in for a transfer, Van Buren was at the top of my list, but I ended up at Newtown High School.
Newtown?
Yeah, in Elmhurst.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah,
Newtown was a suburb of Danbury, Connecticut.
Right. In fact, after the Sandy Hook incident, the shootings, if I told someone I worked at Newtown High School, they thought I meant in Connecticut.
That's exactly what I thought.
It's in Queens.
Yeah, it's in Queens. It's in Elmhurst.
Yep.
Right behind this Queens County, right behind the Queens Center Mall.
Yep.
Does anyone remember the two Mr. Hellers that taught auto shop?
Yeah,
They were both Bernard Heller.
Yeah.
I was the first girl to take auto shop. And I ran into one of the Mr. Heller's widows like a few months after he had passed away. And this is going back maybe like 6 years, because I recognized the license plate of his car. His license plate was 22BH. And there it was in the Windsor Park Shopping Center. And his widow told me he had just died.
Oh.
So that was like many, many years later. That was like 2018, let's say.
Wow. I tracked down my mentor, Mr. Herbert H. Gottlieb.
Yes.
Yes.
He was the best.
Unfortunately, he passed away too, but I found his daughter online and so on Facebook. So I wrote her and just told her how important he was to my life. But she never wrote back. So I was a little disappointed, but
I have
some photos of him.
When I took a look at the registration form, and I know one of the things we were asked who our favorite teachers are. He was one of the ones that came to my mind right away.
Yeah, I put him down as one of mine.
Yep.
Also.
Good
Yeah.
job. Yep.
Hey, Tom, did you get my DM? I sent you a DM requesting you send me the photo, that band photo that you posted earlier today.
No, I didn't. I can send it through Facebook if that's okay. Or you want to shoot me
Yeah, I
your
sent you
email?
my email on the DM right here on the Zoom. If you look at the chat, you'll see the
Oh,
DM.
I see. Sorry, it whizzed right by me. Will do.
If you could do that, I'd appreciate it. That was in
Yeah.
Rand's backyard, I think. Rand
Yeah.
Steiner's
Yeah, it
backyard.
was his birthday
Exactly.
yesterday, actually. It was Rand's birthday yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to get this guy on the line, get him invited to our group.
Oh, FYI, I also tracked down, I put it in the chat, Larry Byer.
Wow.
He hyphenates it. I mean, he combined his name with his wife's name, so he's Langbyer. And
Really?
yeah, every year or so, his cat sends a newsletter to his friends that I'm on his mailing list.
Oh.
Didn't he go to Harvard, Tom?
Yeah, he studied. I met him when I was down at MIT, and he was studying physics, and then he went into philosophy, and now the complete irony is he's teaching ethics at the naval. He was at the War College, now he's at the Naval School teaching ethics to soldiers.
Was he the valedictorian of our class?
Larry Byer was
Oh no, Helene
Mashioff.
Helene Mashioff. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Wonder what happened to her.
I have to find her.
I remember Helene when I knew her in like elementary school. She loved drawing horses.
Okay.
She was married to Peter Webb.
Helene was married to Peter Webb.
Is that Dennis's brother?
Yeah, wasn't she?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was Helene Mashioff that was married to Peter Webb. Yeah.
And where is Dennis Webb?
Dennis is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I keep hoping he'll show up on our Zoom calls, but no luck yet.
Yeah.
I saw him performing, singing at the Rainy Night Club
Night House.
Yeah, Union Turnpike. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We were also looking for Peter Ioannopoulos.
Oh yeah, Peter.
I love that guy. He's so nice.
It's like a dead end.
Yeah, I've not had
We
any
go to
other.
college together. We were at Queens
There was
College.
something- Brian Batchley messaged me once that he has a story to share with me about Peter, and we've never connected since. And I don't know what.
He's on Facebook all the time.
Did anyone connect with Donnie Deutsch? Because I see him all the time on TV.
I just
I
friended
messaged
him on
with him.
Facebook.
Yeah, I did message with him back in September when we started, when we did the survey and everything. And he said he would, love to come, but, yeah.
Has anyone heard from Roselle Catalinato?
Who's
Roselle Catalinato, has anyone heard from her?
No, don't.
I was in contact with her for a while and then it sort of dropped off and, haven't even been able to find her on any social media.
We all knew each other really, and that's, I think, why we're connecting on this site. But there's like 900 other people that we are not even touching base with, and I don't know how to find them. I've tried to reach out to people that I was on the sports teams with, but they're not getting on the Zoom call. Maybe they'll come, maybe they won't come, but 25
Monica, were
years
you
of no
friends with Louisa
communication is
LaPret?
tough. What's that?
Monica, were you friends with Louisa LaPret? She was cheerleader.
No, I was on the volleyball team and track, and then I was a phys ed major in Queens College, and some of us, moved on there, and there's definitely some names that I'm connecting with there, but they haven't been on the calls with us.
Now I see there are some people who definitely get in, on the Facebook page, but they don't come to the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. All we can do is keep putting the invite out there, and and I get it. They got their own lives to deal with and whatever, and maybe they'll show up. But we're just trying to get as many email addresses as possible so Ross can at least get the invitation out to people, and we'll just keep posting it, every couple of months, and hopefully we'll get a good turnout. It sounds like we're going to do okay. If everybody, like here, we got 24 people, I think, were on the call today. Everybody says they're coming. That's already great. And we all know somebody. So I'm going to wrap this up. I could leave the Zoom on, but I've got to go somewhere. But I can keep the Zoom on if you guys want to keep talking. That's not a problem. Oh, John Grillo. I knew John was going to pop in. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. John is popping in. He had a Zoom. He had something to do, and he just there he comes. I'm cutting it right to the wire here. Hey, John.
Hi.
Great to see you pop in there. We were just talking about whether we were hanging up or not. So
That's all right. I just saw your note. I've just been on like back-to-back calls from about 2:00. So I'm not looking to stay on. I have to walk my dog. So I just wanted to figure I'd say hello first.
Yeah, a couple of faces you might recognize. A number of people had to drop off by now, but we had 24 people on, so there will be a video. I'm recording this, so I'll post the link. And
that's a nice time to go.
Pardon me?
Make sure you thought of somebody else.
Yeah.
I just saw you just said, oh, we're still on. So I said, all right, I'll say hello first.
Yeah. It's great to see you.
Was Carl Member on?
No, he keeps asking me who's going to be on the call, and
he asked me if I was going to be on the call this morning, and it sounded like he was going to be enthusiastic about going. I said, no, Carl, I have a 5 p.m. I have a 5 p.m. already, so I can't go. And it's like it's a mandatory thing I have to go to. So,
he has a little problem speaking. Wow.
No. I know he's had some medical problems through the years, and he's asking me about you, Richie. So I have to call you for him because he's kind of frustrated with you.
Oh, jeez.
Because I didn't.
I'll speak to the side.
I didn't answer him on Facebook.
Yeah, and he did that. He did that with me too. He got like really upset. So you got to. And I know he's been through a lot, physically. Yeah,
I know.
So I just was hoping he was on the call, but
if he wants to join the call, he doesn't have to. He could be just an observer. It's whatever he's comfortable with. We will post the link, so hopefully he'll see that and he'll.
I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, and
I say, what the hell? I was on the call. Where were you?
There you go.
All right.
Well, I know everybody's got things to do.
Yeah. I just wanted to
bicycles to ride, golf to play. All the fun stuff. I've got to go
When are you gonna have another? When are you gonna have another one?
What is this? The middle of June? Probably the beginning of August, I would say. End of
Okay.
July, something like that. Yeah. I'll be with my sister in California.
No, do it in September, right before we need the money for the.
I
So
better
you can
not
really
be
push for the
having
money.
that conversation again in
But
September.
the money for the
Signing
course,
up.
they wanted
Signing
that far in advance. Okay, yeah, I'll pay.
Yeah,
it.
I have to put down
Well, not
a chunk of money.
everything,
Yeah.
but enough deposit to make it serious.
I've been,
and how much it shouldn't lay it out. So.
I mean, not to cry, but I mean, I had my sister passed away. My
I know.
father-in-law passed away about a month ago, and it's just that I've been busy with other stuff. I did a little traveling, so but I'll get to it. Just remind me.
Yeah, I might just do
After the summer, Martha. Do it
Yeah.
after the summer.
What about Ross? Was Ross on before?
He was not able to attend.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
All right. So I'll see you guys later. Richie, I'll reach out to you. I'll be here for
Hey,
Carl.
John. Yeah, I'll get in touch with Carl.
All right. I'll see you
I've been
later.
lazy with
And
Fred.
Mitch, I know Mitch, we still have to talk, and we will talk.
Yeah.
Not after we get to talk, okay?
All righty.
One of
Well,
these
like I
days.
said, this will be posted on Zoom. I'll put it up in my YouTube channel. I'll get it out later tonight. I have to be somewhere now, but I will put it up there and you can play it back and see some of the folks that were here and
All right.
and reconnect. Yeah.
See you
Thanks,
later.
John. I'm glad we saw you.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. So great.
Stay healthy,
to see you all.
Great. Thank you,
Bye.
Monica.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Great. Take care.